Hello, so this is my lesson. It's for first grade. Okay, class. Yes. All right, so today we are going to do something fun. We are going to learn about our 5 senses. And our learning objective for today is I can identify the 5 senses in a text and use them in my own writing. So I'm sure you all have heard of the 5 senses before. I know you all learned them in kindergarten, but can somebody tell me what they are? Rachel.
See, hear, smell, taste, and feel.
Good job. You are so smart. Okay, we're going to do something fun. We have a fun little beginning activity to get us ready for our lesson. So I have this worksheet for you. Okay, here's your worksheet. What you're going to do on it is you have one box for each of your 5 senses. So as soon as you get your worksheet, you are going to write your name and the date at the top, and then you are going to walk around the room with your table and draw a picture of something that you can sense with each of your 5 senses. So let's do an example. If I said touch, what is something we could draw for touch? Rachel.
A bunny.
Yes, we could draw a bunny. We could draw Mr. Squiggles. Because we can touch his fur and it feels very soft. Great job. Okay, so I'm going to pass out your worksheets, write your name at the top, and as soon as your whole table has your name on your paper, you can do the activity.
Get up and walk around.
Yeah, just draw a quick little sketch. All right, let's take about 1 more minute and finish this up. Finish up your drawings. What are you eating? Don't eat stuff off the floor. All right, give me a thumbs up if you have finished. Okay, great. Everyone is done. Okay, so now time for our next thing. So you all can put those in your desk. Thank you so much. Actually, wait a second. Let me take them. I will take them. Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to talk a little bit more about the 5 senses, and we're going to get to listen to a fun story about the 5 senses. So sometimes whenever you read a book, the author uses the 5 senses to tell you what things look like or smell like, about what they're writing about. And that's called imagery. Can you all say imagery?
Imagery.
Wow, great job. So, yeah, and the author uses imagery to make you feel like you are a part of the story. So they use your 5 senses so that you can know exactly what's going on. So we are going to listen to the story, and let me find your props. It's going to talk about the 5 senses in it. So I'm going to give you a little piece of paper for each of your 5 senses. And whenever you, like if in the book it talks about smelling, you're going to hold up the nose. If it talks about seeing, you'll hold up the eye. All right. So let's do this. Let me find the remote.
I see, I hear, I taste, I smell, I touch. Read to you by A.T. Betty. I can see. I see with my eyes.
Good job. Did everyone hold up your eye? Wonderful.
I can hear. I hear with my ears.
Yay!
I can smell. I smell with my nose. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. I do all this with my senses. I have 5 senses. When I see the sun or a frog
Good
or
job.
my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seeing. When I hear a drum or a fire engine or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. I am hearing. When I smell soap or a pine tree or cookies just out of the oven, I use my sense of smell. I am smelling.
You all are doing so good.
When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. When I touch a kitten or a balloon or water, I use my sense of touch. I am touching. Sometimes I use all my senses at once. Sometimes I use only one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I am using at that time. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. I am seeing. When I laugh and play with my puppy, I use 4 senses. I see, hear, smell.
That was a
touch.
fast one. Y'all did
When I
good.
bounce the ball, I use 3 senses. I see, hear, touch. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another. But each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware. To be aware is to see all there is to see. Hear all there is to hear. Smell all there is to smell. Taste all there is to taste. Touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go, whatever I do, every minute of the day, my senses are working. They make me aware.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. So that was our video. So now that we talked about the 5 senses, whenever an author wants to use the 5 senses, okay, let me get this turned off. In their writing, they might say, give me a sense. Which one of our senses?
Taste.
Taste. They might say, the popcorn tastes salty, right? Because it describes how it gives you more details. And we talked last class about describing words, which are called adjectives, that big fancy word. But they're describing words and how they give us more detail when we're reading a story or writing a story. So I'm going to give you all, each table is going to get a different text. You might get a poem, a song, or a little paragraph. And it's going to have something in it that uses the 5 senses, and I want you to highlight how the author uses the 5 senses. So, as an example, this table has one, and one of the lines says, it smells like ash from a raging fire. So that would be using your nose, right? Your sense of smell to give more detail. And some of these words are kind of tricky, and so work in your tables and try to figure them out, but if you can't, raise your hand and I will come help. Alright, so just take about a couple minutes to do that. Wait, before you do that, real quick, don't start yet. Okay, so we've talked talked about how we use rubrics before. Do y'all remember how we use rubrics, what they are? Rubrics tell us what we need to do, what our expectations are in order to do well on something. So I'm going to read off to you what you need to do really well on this, okay? So first, you need to correctly highlight the 5 senses in the text. So if you do that correctly, you will get all your points. If you highlight neatly, I shouldn't have to look and try to figure out which word you're highlighting. It should be easy to tell. And if you're using your highlighter like you're supposed to be. If you do all those things, you'll get all your points. All right, you can start.
It's gonna show what you did.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if you are finished. Yay, everyone's done. All right, now you're going to pick one person at your table to present to the class the different ways the 5 senses are used. So let's have Rachel's table go first. Will someone stand up and tell us, or you can stay sitting actually. I won't make you stand up.
Okay. It smells like ash from a raging fire. It's for smell. It tastes like bitter vinegar. It's for taste. It sounds like pounding in my temples. That's for hear. It feels like a steel band around my chest. It's for feel. And it looks like the chaos of a storm.
Wow. And what's it talking about?
Anger.
Okay, so do you all see that by using all of your senses, it shows you a lot more detail? Because they could have just said, the author could have just said, I am angry, or he was angry. But do you see how you understand what he means a lot more when he uses all that detail?
Yes.
Great. So that's how we are going to practice doing that when we write now. So you are going to all get out your journals, and then you are going to write anything you want, but it has to be about the 5 senses. You have to use the 5 senses to add more details. So you can write a song, you can write a poem, you can write a paragraph or a story, anything you want, but you need to include the 5 senses in it to give it some more detail. Okay. And that's it.